Hello. Okay, there we go. So, our new unit is going to be measurement. The first thing we're going to go over is perimeter and area. So this week, for the most part, we're going to be focusing on perimeter, and then we'll move on to area. In 4th grade, we are just required to know perimeter and area formulas for squares and rectangles. So let's go ahead and start. Perimeter. So you do not have to write these notes. You could come back and refer to these videos just in case you want a little bit of a refresher. If you forget, if you want to take the notes just so you have them and you can go back and look, that's just fine. Just want to give y'all something that you're familiar with that you can use and you can refer back to. So for perimeter, we'll just go ahead and start with what is perimeter. So perimeter is the distance around a figure. So you might remember perimeter from 3rd grade. Hopefully you can wake up that knowledge so that we can use it now. So perimeter is the distance around a figure. All right, so let's think of some real life examples of perimeter. So this just means where you would use perimeter in your real life, where you would see it, when you might have to figure out the perimeter. So really popular one would be for fences. So like in your backyard. So fences is very popular. Baseboards. So baseboards, that is whenever the wall meets the floor. So there's usually like a little piece of wood or plastic or rubber of some sort, and that's the baseboard. It is the outlining of a room. So then you would find, to figure out how much of the baseboard you would need to get, you would have to know the perimeter of the room. So we've got baseboards, borders. So borders of like bulletin boards at school, or the outlining of a photo or a picture. So that could be a good one, like a frame, a picture frame. So you could do a window frame or a picture frame, window or picture. And you, of course, can add whatever comes to mind, whatever you're thinking of if you think it's perimeter. And then also like a door frame, that would work as well. So if you think of any, you can go ahead and add them. You could ask your parents if that would be perimeter, or you could post them on the Google Classroom and we'll help you out if you need help. All right, so there's many real life examples of perimeter. So in 4th grade, you have to know perimeter, how to solve for a square and a rectangle. So let's go ahead and start for square. Okay, so mine is not going to be perfect, but I will do my best. So I'm going to draw a square. Remember, a square has all 4 right angles and all 4 sides are congruent. So I'm going to go ahead and put my tick mark just to show that all 4 of those sides are congruent. Just to help us with the example, I'm going to say that one of the sides is 5 feet. So therefore, if all sides are congruent, that means every single side of this square is 5 feet. 5 feet, 5 feet, 5 feet, 5 feet. So in the future, whenever you do have to take a star test, they will give you these formulas on the star chart. So the star chart is the first or second page of your star test, and you're allowed to rip that out, and it's just a list of formulas and useful information that they do not expect you to memorize. Of course, once you see the formula, you have to know how to use it. So if you saw this formula, P equals 4S, I highly doubt everyone would know how you're supposed to use that. So that's why we've got to go over it. So P equals 4S. So S in this formula equals side. So that just means 4 side. So whenever a letter and a number are next to each other, that means that you have to multiply. So this means 4 times the side. So there are 4 sides of a square, and the side would be the side length, so 5 feet. So 4 times 5. So another way they could write it is side plus side plus side plus side. So that just means that you're going to add all 4 sides. So once again, that would be 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5. So perimeter is the outside, the distance around a figure. All right, so either you have to do 4 times the side length, which would be 5 feet in this case, so 4 times 5, or just add it up 4 times. So in this case, if we use this first equation, I'm going to go ahead and switch my color. You do not have to. That would be P equals 4 times 5, because whenever a letter and a number are next to each other, we multiply. So 4 times 5, the perimeter of this square would be 20 feet. Don't forget your measurement or your unit of measurement. So this could have been inches, yards, miles, anything like that. And you just throw it at the end. So this would be 20 feet. Or we could have done 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5, which we would have gotten the same answer of the perimeter being 20 feet. All right, so the other one we have to go over is for rectangle. Rectangles, I'm going to do my very best. As you guys know, 2 sides of the rectangle are congruent, and then the other 2 sides are congruent. So I'm going to put those 2 sides are congruent, the opposite sides, and then these 2 sides are congruent. So the 1 tick mark means those are congruent. The 2 tick marks means those are congruent. I'm going to go ahead and put a square in all of my corners. That means that all of the sides are right angles, which is 90 degrees, which we already went over in our geometry unit. Okay, all of that's just review of a rectangle. So just for an example purposes, let's say this side's 5 feet and this side can be 10 feet. Is that proportional? No, but many times on your worksheet, I mean, this obviously isn't feet either, but you can't go by scale. The scale is not correct. You just have to go by what they have told you. So with this information, if I said this side's 5 feet and we said these 2 sides are congruent, that would mean this side is also 5 feet. If they said that this side is 10 feet and these 2 sides are congruent, then this side's also 10 feet. Alrighty, so for the formula for the rectangle, it would be length plus width plus length plus width. So that means length plus width plus length plus width. It does not matter which is the length and which is the width. It just means you add the length twice and you add the width twice. So once again, perimeter, you just add up all of these sides. So for this one, our perimeter, let's say the length is 10. So we have 10 plus 5. So 10 plus 5 plus 10 plus 5. So whenever you add all that up, 10 plus 10, 20, 5 plus 5, 10. So the perimeter of this rectangle would be 30 feet. So when in doubt, perimeter, you just add up all of the sides. That is true for any shape they give you. If you're finding the perimeter, you have to add up all of the sides. If they have not labeled the sides, you have to use your prior knowledge of geometry and be like, oh yeah, rectangle, this side's the same as this side. This side is the same as this side. So hopefully that gets us through perimeter, and then I will make a different video for area. If you want to write these notes, that's fine. I'll also post a picture of it if you just want to print the picture and have it just for reference, since many of you do not have your books at home. Other than that, you can email me or post questions and we will try to help you out. We're all navigating this the best we can. Bye, miss y'all.